Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by the law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Brill. And when you think of Ogle, Elrod, and Brill, you need to think about personal injury law, criminal defense, family law, workers' comp cases, any type of legal issue you might have. They can help you with it. Get an entire team of attorneys behind you when you call Ogle, Elrod, and Brill. And coming up today on Overtime, VFL's Daniel, Will, Sterling, and David will be here answering more of your Twitter questions, the ones we couldn't get to today on the show. We'll try and get to as many as possible, and then we will post that later this afternoon on SportsSource.tv. Follow me at SportsSourceTV on Twitter, and I'll tell you when that is posted. Okay, this segment of the show every week is called Chuck versus Pearl. Chuck, you've been owning it so far. You won again. You had you had Alabama by 3. Sterling had Tennessee by 6 last week, so Chuck was correct. We'll start with you then. Who you got? Tennessee, Kentucky, a mid-season game.
Halloween. I mean, and that stadium is one of the coldest ones I've ever been in, and it will be a night game. It's a 7:30 kickoff. John, you were talking about Tennessee's chances to run the table. I think this is the toughest game left on the schedule for Tennessee to win. I think Kentucky's offense, in many ways, is more talented than Tennessee's offense. So they can put some points on the board, but I've got UT by 4 in this one.
Okay, in Kentucky yesterday, they got trounced by Mississippi State. They couldn't score in the red zone. They threw for about 400 yards. They got a really good passing attack. It's basically the only thing they do well. Patrick Tolles, what do you got down there?
It amazes me as how Chuck said that Kentucky's offense is a little more talented than Tennessee's. Are you kidding me? Anyway, it's a colorful month. Pink, breast cancer, orange and black, Halloween, Bluegrass State, Big Orange, and guess what's winning? The Big Orange, baby! And we're going to win by 9. Vols 30, Wildcats 21.
Sterling's getting a little more realistic. There have been times when they would have been like 50 by 29. All right, hey, let's take a look right here. Here are the standings based on whether or not we agreed with Chuck or Sterling. Chuck's up there at 5-1. Myself, Jimmy, and Bob have 4 correct picks. Jacob Gillum not here today, 3-2. Will Overstreet, 3-3. David Ligon, 2-1. You haven't been here as much in our rotation. Then Daniel and Sterling, because you always pick Tennessee, you get orange, 1-5. All right, very quickly, guys. Chuck says Tennessee by 4. Sterling says Tennessee by 9. Daniel Hood.
I'm going double-digit win for Tennessee.
So all right, so Daniel Hood's in there at 9. 9 plus.
I said never again, but I lied. I'm going to go with Sterling.
Okay, Bob Hodge says plus 9. Jimmy Hines.
I think Tennessee wins by 7. That puts me in the camp of one Sterling Hinton.
All right, Jimmy's going with Sterling.
Add another one to it.
Everybody going Sterling. Will?
Sterling.
Sterling as well. Well, this all comes down to just knowing that Chuck keeps getting these right. Because I think Tennessee's going to win by closer to 9. But do I really want to go with Sterling? All right, Chuck's going to pull away if we're wrong.
I'm on that island.
I'm going with Sterling. All right, very good, guys. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to you every week for making us the most watched sports show in East Tennessee. Can't say thank you enough. Our sponsors love you just as much as I do. We'll see you for Overtime on SportsSource.tv later today. And we will see you right back here next Sunday, the day after Halloween. As a matter of fact, happy Halloween as we see you next week.
The Sports Source is brought to you by Fast Frame with Heather Whiteside art now available.